All right, people, today's the day. We're gonna draw Peach, Princess Peach.
Good choice.
So, let's start like we always do with the face. Circle is always the way to go. Circle and then some lines at the sides and connect those two lines and then circle in the middle, or a line in the middle, I mean. That's generally how I like to draw a head shape. Just a quick guide to the shape. Now for Princess Peach, okay, let's start with the eyes. Her eyes, it really depends on the style that you want to draw her in, but traditionally she has these kind of big arching eye lines here with these big eyelash lines as well. Just coming out the top end of the arch. 2 or 3 should do it. And then within there you have a pupil. Just kind of place them maybe looking straight ahead at you. Sometimes it takes some practice to get these pupils to look right without looking cross-eyed or strange, but that looks about right. So after that, we could do a little nose about halfway, kind of in the midpoint of this circle to the bottom is where the nose would be. But feel it out, whatever looks about right to you. You just draw a little line to indicate the nose and maybe a small bridge. Just a little point. And then underneath that, you could have a little smile. And that'll represent the middle line of the mouth. And then Peach has these big round lips. You could just add, you don't have to connect everything, but just to kind of indicate that there's a top and bottom lip there. Perfect. Now for the head shape, even though we have it roughly penciled in, you could just kind of darken it up a bit. Bring her chin right into the underneath her mouth, and then up. We won't fill in this just yet because her hair is going to go there. Her eyebrows, really small, above her eyes there. And okay, now for her hairstyle, what you could do is draw basically right in the middle of her forehead, start a giant heart shape. Just be light with your pencil here because we're gonna not use all of these lines, but this is a good way to just build her hairstyle. Just a really wide heart, like you're drawing a heart but it just got squished. And from there, from the top part, the top ends of the heart, you're gonna add some spikes, some little chunks of hair that come out on that side. And then on this side, so the part of the heart that you're gonna keep is right here. And then it kind of goes down like so. So that is the crazy hairstyle of Princess Peach. Now from the spike here, it just goes down into a flowing normal hair. And we'll leave that for now because her shoulder might end up being in the way. But here you go, you could add another little twist of hair. She has a lot of hair. Now going back to her head, you can add a little ear shape here. But in all drawings I've found of Princess Peach, she has this little couple strands of hair that separate her ear from her face. So that's always right in the middle there. Just comes down like a ribbon to 2 points, like that. So we could leave the hair for now because it all ends up pretty much behind her body. So for her body, could make like a triangular type shape here. Actually, sorry. Make it more of a triangular shape like this. And then she's got these big sleeves. Napoleon Dynamite would love these sleeves. They're huge. So just roughing in the shapes. And her arm, just a basic arm with a big glove on it. Let's put her in some kind of princessy pose. Maybe she'll have her arm on her hip here. You could put her in whatever pose you want, but just to get her kind of outfit and a way to identify her drawing as Princess Peach as opposed to anyone else. So, okay, for the body, let's add some more detail. Her neck will come down, and she has this kind of frilly collar. So you could start it here, and it's almost like a flower or something. Kind of like that. Just add a bunch of spikes, points. And then her chest will come out like this, her back, and she has this big brooch type thing. It's basically a egg shape, and then the same thing a bit smaller, and you can add a little highlight to it or something. That could all be done with coloring. And her sleeves just all come to a frill at the end, I guess. Like it gets a little bumpy where her arm would come out of. It's not too hard to draw. Something like that. And then her arm. She also has these giant gloves that are like way up beyond her elbow. So before her elbow bends, you can add these gloves. The way to do that, just draw the same shape as you normally would the arm, but just add a little size and then bring these extra points and separate it. Getting an arm right is basically from practicing drawing human anatomy, hands, all these things are kind of tricky at first, but don't worry if it's not looking quite right. Even this, I don't know if this looks quite right, but that's why we practice. As long as it's fun to do in the process of learning, then you'll definitely improve. So that's more or less her upper body. Got her big gloves, big sleeves. Now we remember this character Peach is a princess, so she's got a big princess puffy dress on. So from this small waistline, It's just basically a big arching dress shape. And that comes down in frills. Draw some lines and then connect the lines to each other. Kind of simulates folds in a giant gown, looking very regal and princess-like. So she also has these, I guess just an extra fancy part of her dress. These two, I guess extra fabric pieces that just have one fold in them, and then they meet up in the middle. She's kind of facing this way, so the middle of her is kind of to the side a little bit. But that's just a matter of perspective. You don't see her feet, which is nice because feet are always a pain to draw. The character ends at that dress line. So the only other thing is her crown. She is a princess, of course, and she's got a crown. So sitting right in between that heart shape. I can bring this together a little more. Maybe it doesn't come down quite as much. Just whatever you think looks right. So about at the peak of both bumps here, you can just draw a straight line up, and then a jagged couple lines to connect, and then another point in between those points. That kind of makes it look a bit more three-dimensional. And then kind of like her brooch on her chest, there's that same shape on each side of the crown. And there you go. That is more or less Princess Peach. The hair you can just kind of bring to an end down here. It's all pretty much behind her body. And that is pretty much Princess Peach. Yeah! Now you could keep trying to practice this character, drawing her in different positions, which is how I like to end the videos, so let me try to do that now for you.
Yeah! So peachy!
And there you go. Okay, I guess that's Princess Peach-ish. One thing I forgot in the initial lesson was that she has these circle earrings. Just gotta add that in. That's an easy add. But yeah, just, you know, that's her basic outfit. And if you put that on anything, it'll look pretty much like Princess Peach. Her defining characteristics are this big hair and that big puffy dress and her crown. So there you go. Take your time with it, practice, and hopefully you can get this character and draw away. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care.